Hello and welcome to Hearthstone, Heroes of Warcraft. My name is Graz, and today we're going to take a look at a game that's currently in beta, Blizzard's card game that's gotten quite popular while it's been in beta. So let's see how the game is played and how addictive it really is. For those beginning it for the first time, the game will start you off in tutorial, and the tutorial consists of several matches that get you basically into the flow of the game. To understand the game itself, it's not very difficult, and by the time you get done with the tutorial, you're pretty much ready to go online. But first, you'll have to go ahead and build your deck, get your cards set up and everything as it would go. I've already got mine done. As you can see, my tutorial has been completed. I've already created my own little starter deck from what they'd started me off with. I'm going to go ahead and just pick a random match on expert mode. The game itself is very easy to get into. Blizzard's already stated that the game's basically made for people to come in and just play right from the beginning. It's not very difficult to say the least. The game itself doesn't have very many cards in it, but it does have a lot of challenges in its own. So for that, it does make it very interesting. As I go ahead and get my deck started up here. As you can see, each card has a number on it, which signifies how much mana you'll need to actually conjure that card. You'll start off with 1 mana, and through each turn, you'll actually gain 1 more mana stone. So clearly I can go ahead and simply do this. Put him on ice and have him chill out for a bit. Sometimes you won't always get that at the beginning of a game. You'll have to go ahead and either bypass your turn, or if you're lucky and you don't start first, you'll get a mana card, which will actually help generate 1 extra mana per that turn. Okay, we'll just go ahead and dispatch this character. Now generally when you play this game, you don't always have to attack the monsters unless they have a shield around them, which means they're a taunt card. You can go ahead and attack your opponent directly, just like that guy demonstrated right there. Thank you, Rexar. Job done. The game itself is pretty simple. As you can see, each card has an attack and a health value on it, so quite simple. It attacks with the number it has, and whenever it runs out of health, it's broken. Okay, clearly Rexar is not messing around here. Taunt cards themselves basically mean you have to attack that card and only that card, and you really can't attack anything else until all taunt cards are off the field. There's various different creative ways to get rid of them, whether you attack them, you can use traps and whatnot. Now each hero you have is going to have their own little hero power. Being Jaina Proudmoore, you get Fire Blast. Being Rexar, you get your own little special power indeed. Me, myself, I really haven't gotten too many heroes unlocked. I've basically just stick with Jaina and work through my deck to see what else I can get conjured up. My shield. First I'll play that, and then we'll just go ahead and heal up in the meantime. After you completed the tutorial, you can either get cards through doing daily quests, which involve playing other players online, or you can simply go to the online store and go ahead and purchase new cards. Now, of course, as you can see here, you get in-game currency as you play other players online. 100 gold will actually get you a single pack of cards, or you can use in real-life currency, which will get things like $2.99 for a 2-pack of cards, all the way up to a 40-pack, which is $49.99, or your regional equivalent. So it's very easy to go ahead and obtain cards, depending upon which method you want to use, really. I'm not too much on the real-life menu because I don't have a lot of money myself, so I prefer to do it online through gameplay. Now, once you actually get more cards, you can go through your collection of cards and build your own deck. It's quite simple, and after a while, you can even craft your own cards that you need. As you can see, here's all my cards that I've already collected. I'm going to try to work on a shaman deck as well, but right now my main focus is my mage deck. You can simply go into crafting mode if you'd like to. Select a card, and if you want to disenchant it, you can do so. It gives you the values you need right there. For disenchanting, I will get 5 dust. To make this card, it would cost 40 dust, which I've already gotten, so I'm not worried about. Now, of course, the more type of card you want, the more it's going to cost you in the long run. As you can see, the little gemstones here, white means that it's a common card. Blue would be a rare, which means it's a little bit more difficult to obtain, but does a lot more for you in the end. The purple are the epics. While those are really hard to get, they do make a large difference in the long run. And of course, you can see it costs more dust to actually construct one of these. And there is the orange, which is the legendaries. These are your must-have cards, but they'll take forever if you try to construct one yourself. As you can see, it costs 1,600 dust. So that will be some time before you get that. But there are, like I said, various different ways you can get cards, whether you buy them, purchase them with gold, or you just want to go ahead and craft them. Now going back, we'll take a look at the decks we can do. As you can see, this is my deck I've called the starter deck. You can actually flip through the pages of whatever you have selected, and you can actually take cards out if you wish. You can click on this side over here. You can put cards in, whichever you feel. You can have up to 2 cards of one type in there. They will not allow you to have any more than 2. And of course, an entire deck consists of no more than 30 cards. So you must have a deck of 30 cards to go ahead and get playing. They recommend that you get a nice split of different mana types. You have a couple of 1 manas, some 2 manas, 3, 4, and whatnot. Now, of course, whatever class you're playing, you should always try to be a little bit more lenient toward that side. So, of course, I have more mage cards in my deck than I would anything else, being a mage and finding those cards very helpful in battle. That's probably the best way I could describe building your own deck. As you get into the game and you start playing more, you start to get a feel for the flow of the game and how things are done. So eventually you'll come up with your own formula for deck building, and it's not really that difficult to figure out. It just takes a couple of practices, which you could probably do against the AI. Not really difficult at all. To play online against real live players, first you'll have to go ahead into practice mode and defeat all the practice AIs. Now generally, as you beat each one originally, you unlock their own deck, as you can clearly see right here. So I can actually be any one of these heroes that they have listed, which I'm quite fond of being mage for right now. Eventually I'll go into the shaman field, but we'll just go ahead and stick with Jaina. And once that's done, you go ahead, you can simply go right to play, select your deck that you want to play with, and right now we're doing unranked mode. And the game will go ahead and find an opponent for you. As you can see, it'll go ahead to a little spinning motion wheel right here, and it'll tell us who we're going to go up against. Unranked means it could be anything. It means you could have someone against your own playing level. You could go up against a developer. You can go up against anybody. So, who knows? In the meantime, I hope you found this video informative. If there's anything else you would like to see or hear more about, please let me know. I'll try to do that in a future video. There we go. We have a worthy opponent coming up. Have yourselves a wonderful day. And if not, then just simply fake it. I'll see you again next time as I get into this match.